Hey guys, this is Vicki with Southern Crossroad Creations. We are going to make a carrot door hanger tonight. This little carrot came from Dollar Tree, and then this Chanel sheen of yarn in salmon color came from Dollar Tree as well. This green ribbon came from Hobby Lobby, and y'all have seen me make these tassels, and that's how we're going to make this carrot. But I wanted to show you some of the different ways and links that you could do this for your different projects. So same thing, I'm going to tie the tassel on and then go ahead and cut it. Either way, you can either cut it before you put on or you can just put it on there. So you're going to see me measure it out. This is the only one that I did that to. And then we'll trim up the rest of these at the very end. So what I'm going to do is make those tassels to go all the way up this side of the carrot. Now you'll notice the middle does not have any wires going across. So we're going to have to make the tassels longer in those areas so you won't be able to use your hands. And so I'm going to show you a couple things that I used. And basically you can just use a piece of cardboard. What I would do is measure from that last, that's how I did that right there. I found a piece that I felt like this was just a piece of craft supply that I had. So literally you can use anything. So I just measured from that last wire at the bottom there down to the very tip of the carrot, and that will give you the length of how long you need to make these. So what I did is, because these are, it's a wire and the wire is pretty thin, and this yarn is kind of Chanel, so well, it is Chanel and it's kind of slippery, but it's so pretty because it has a sheen to it. I take a little bit of hot glue, do a little bead, and then put your yarn tassels. You'll see me do it that just right there. Now you don't have to do it on all of them, but some of them towards the end, because the tassel will want to try to flip on you. So the next link that I needed, I found a piece of scrap board, went ahead and wrapped it around, and I most of them I wrapped 15 times, so I know I'll get that question. So about 15 times, and then what I did is I went around, and you'll notice how it overflows onto each other, and it just comes out so super cute. Okay, so I do this a couple times, and this is where I was saying, like, if you wanted to make pom-poms or tassels or anything like that for a garland for different events, parties, baby showers, all of that, this is the same technique that you would use, and you would just make it as thick as you wanted. But look how cute that came out, y'all. So what I decided to do is I wanted to trim up the really loose jaggedy edges that you see there. So I kind of did it a little bit of a trim. Now you don't have to do this because obviously, you know, it is yarn, and so it's gonna move on you. But I did want to trim it up towards the bottom. I did not do all the way up to the very top, but I did the bottom because you definitely want it to look like a carrot. But how pretty is this yarn, y'all? I just thought it was so pretty. Okay, so the next thing to make for the top of our little greenery up at the top, I'm just going to take this ribbon that I got from Hobby Lobby. Now it is wired. So now there's a couple different things that you can do with this. So I use the wired ribbon, but you can also use green raffia, and that would look really pretty too. It will be a little bit more, I think, time consuming to do the raffia because, you know, raffia is pretty thin, but that would be really adorable as well. But I just wanted to go ahead and use this ribbon that I already had. And so again, this wire carrot is pretty thin. So in order to get your ribbon tight on there and for it to stay, I did a little bit of a hot glue, just tiny little bead, and just push the knot over into the hot glue, and then your ribbon will stay put. And I just went around the actual form of the carrot top. I did not add any, you know, in the spaces or try to fill in the spaces, because the one there in the middle will be how you hang it on your door hanger. Now, obviously, you could put some twine or something on the back of it and use that as your hanger, but I just used the, in the photo that you'll see at the very end, I just used it, that really, the top part of that, right there where I'm working. But I do want to take just a quick minute to thank you for being on my page. I so appreciate you being here. I thank you for passing it down the road for me, which means share, like, and comment. And if there are any supplies that you're interested in, just message me supplies and I'll get those out to you, along with the button that I'll be using. A lot of people are interested in that bag of buttons, and I will say I'll show the bag of buttons again here in just a minute. There's so many cute ones in there, so I think y'all guys will really love that. So what I'm doing right here, this is just ribbon that I actually had. So just kind of use what you have. Now that ribbon right there, I actually got at Dollar Tree. I was so shocked to find this. It is wired and it is thick. And a lot of times they don't have thicker wire, they have the thinner wire, but I actually found this there and I was really shocked. Now I will say that I do get that comment a lot that some of your Dollar Trees don't have these supplies. Now, our local Dollar Tree does not. It's not very good where I live in the town that I live in. So I actually travel to a couple towns over and actually go to the Family Dollar and Dollar Tree that is combined. And that's where I normally find more of the Dollar Tree supplies that I use in the videos. So what I'm doing right here is I folded up the raffia and then I'm just cutting the loops. Now, some do not like raffia, and I get that comment as well. Just don't use that and just use a little bit more ribbon to make it fluffier. So all I'm doing is I'm showing you how I'm doing it, but I'm going to take it apart here and actually show you. So here is how I actually put it together. Y'all, these are the easiest bows that I make. All you're going to do is make an X and just cross it over each other. Now, obviously, I did the solid ribbon at the bottom and did my other ribbon at the top. You're just going to gather it and pinch it in the middle and cross it when you're making your bow. Put my raffia on there, same thing, and then my smaller ribbon. And I love this ribbon. I actually got this ribbon from Dollar Tree as well. It was during fall, so I'm not sure if they have this type of ribbon, but I'm sure that you can find something similar at Hobby Lobby or Michael's. Take a piece of twine and tie it really tight in the middle, and then you're just going to fluff it out. And how simple is that, y'all? And this just makes the cutest little messy bow. Okay, so here is the bag of buttons. So as you can see, there's so many different variations of colors and all of that in there. So if you do want the link for the buttons, just make sure you just comment buttons and I will get that to you as well. Okay, so I'm going to finish the top of the stem. Now, I'll tell you the reason I stopped and didn't film it all at one time is I actually did not have enough ribbon. So I only had a little bit of ribbon when I first started. So it was from another project that I had done. And so I ran to Hobby Lobby and actually got another spool of that particular ribbon. And right now they do have it for 40% off. So if you do like this ribbon, they do have it. Now, another really cute idea too is to use a couple variations of green. So you would have you know, some different, you know, shades of green, and it would just look really pretty as well. So basically just the idea of it is just to, you know, make it look like that grassy, you know, the leafy part of the carrot stem. Again, I just take, and I don't like the wires showing, so that's why I'm putting the hot glue and just kind of twisting my wires kind of opposite each other. So that way it will cover up my that orange wire. This is such a simple project, and it does take a little bit to make the tassels, but I will say For those of you, I hear a lot of these comments quite often that it gets super hot, their front door gets super hot. This is one of the door hangers that I feel like you would be okay with, because the comments that I get is my front door gets really, really hot and it melts the hot glue. That I can totally get. So what I would do is this kind of project, it does not have, I mean, it literally, the little bead of glue that I'm doing on the ribbon is not necessary. You could do it without it. So even if you, but I honestly, even if it melted that, I don't think that it would, actually harm the piece. You can actually, and I will kind of share this little tip too, is use you'll notice I'm going to use some floral wire. Use more of the floral wire on your projects. If you have that problem on your front door where it gets really, really hot and melts your hot glue, then use floral wire to wire everything in. And that's what I'm going to do here. So this little sign I got at Hobby Lobby for 40% off, and it was just perfect colors, what we were doing, and I just thought it was really cute. So this is the floral wire I was talking about. You'll find it over in where you find like the floral foam. Walmart actually carries this as well, so you can get it at Walmart. It is actually in the craft section at Walmart. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to find that wire in the back of the carrot, and then I'm going to pull my twine up through that, get it as tight as you can get it, and then twist it. And then you're going to clip off the excess and then wrap it around there as well. You're going to do that on both sides, and that's why I say this is a really good project for those type of doors that get really hot, because everything is pretty much wired in and not super glued, or hot glued, sorry. So again, do the same thing on that side and clip them off. And then you're going to fluff up your carrot, because now what I didn't want my beads to show of the sign. You might like that. So you could push this all behind that. But what I did is I just wanted it to the carrot to kind of like touch the sign. And so I just trimmed mine up a little bit. It's just personal preference, however way you want to do it. Okay, and again, instead of hot gluing this, because you cannot hot glue this bow onto that thin yarn without it not, it's not going to stay. So again, take some floral wire, put it up underneath your button, twist it, and then you're going to tie it off onto that wire. Twist it tight again, and then cut off the excess. Now, what I did is I did take a little bit of a dot of hot glue and put it right on top of that bead so I could hot glue my bow on there. But y'all, look how sweet this came out. I thought it was really cute, and it was really simple. It was just another idea to use that Dollar Tree yarn. And I hope you enjoyed this. And if you have any questions, again, you can message me at supplies, buttons, and for more, you can visit southerncrossroadcreations.com. And I will see you next time. Thanks, guys.